Can I cuss?
Yes.
I have been performing stand-up since Valentine's Day 2017, I think. No, that's a lie. 2 years. Let's just say 2.5 years.
For about 1.5 years now.
Since December 9th, 2015.
I started getting into comedy because I went through a breakup, and on Valentine's Day I was like, I'm gonna get drunk and go to a comedy show, like, you know, to raise my spirits or see people who were more depressed than I am, because that's really what comedians are. And so I did that, and I was watching all these comics, and I was like, I can do that.
That's right, ladies. He's taken.
I went to a comedy club and saw comedy live, and it was the first time I'd seen stand-up live, where just a guy is on stage with a microphone just killing, and I was like, okay, yeah, I'll try that. Hey Alexa, why is it that I can't suck my own dick?
I did not receive much support from my family, but I definitely did from my friends, and that helped me a lot. That I got feedback from the people who are close to me and who are important to me.
My friends have been incredibly helpful and supportive at the beginning, because I was honestly shit. So like, thank them for coming to the first open mics and the shows and actually laughing and applauding me through, because otherwise I would probably have stopped after a couple of times.
I decided to start doing comedy. I did not tell my family because they were already disappointed in me enough. I did tell my friends, of course, my two closest friends. They came to my first show, which was in a hot dog restaurant, and they were probably 25% of the audience because no one was there. But they were really supportive. I think ultimately they were sick of hearing me talk about my problems just to them, and instead I was sharing my problems with the rest of the world, so they were super pumped about
For
that.
3 years, I still don't know any Dutch. Yeah, you guys with that? Yeah, fucking zero. Like, nay bonus card, that's it.
My inspiration, you could say, comes a lot from the weird crevices of my mind / my mother, because she is comedic gold. But in general, like when I come up with something that I think is funny, it might be like in the shower, or when I'm having sex with my boyfriend, or when I'm having sex with someone who's not my boyfriend. Like it honestly could be any time.
Inspiration for my jokes comes from my life. Definitely from being able to like take a look back and be like, who does that happen to? Because like I feel like weird, like, and unfortunate things just happen to me.
I mean, a lot of it lately has been experience, like life experience. Like I do something or I see something, I see a pattern and I want to talk about it, and I figure out how do I talk about it in a funny way. Like a bit that I've been doing recently is about museums and how all the masterpieces in museums are just ladies with their titties out. Ha ha ha. And I just tell a bunch of titties jokes. And it's very good. And but that was just from me going to a museum. I'd look at one, there'd be like a woman with her titty out by a lake, and I was like, gorgeous. And then I'd go over here, and I'd see another one, and there'd be a picture of a lady with her titty out by a mountain. I'm like, exquisite. Culture, like I'm absorbing all of it.
The self-deprecating humor, it's huge because nobody wants to be vulnerable in public. Like it's a very bold choice to go up in front of a group of people and say, I am a faulty human being. It takes a format like stand-up where, you know, you're doing that for a joke, for people to accept that, and it's still seen quite as quite a brave thing, you know.
Self-deprecating humor is a big part of comedy because I think it makes people feel like they're not alone.
I feel like I offended an audience member only once, and because I make a lot of religious jokes since I grew up in Poland, and Poland is a super religious country. I always like to kind of make fun of it.
there is a big talk. I love this song. All right, there is a big talk of how the Amsterdam community is very, very supportive, and it is. I just have no frame of reference to compare it with.
The stand-up community here is really, really great. Mostly it's just a lot of people from all over the world who are here for a long amount of time or a short amount of time, but we're all united in the fact that we just want to be funny.
That's a new joke. Do you mind if I do one more new joke for you guys? Okay, I'm setting the bar real low.
I had a lot of anxiety as a child in general. When I was younger, I got confused when people were laughing with me or at me. And I think people, I realized over time, just thought what I did was funny. And the thing about that was that I've always wanted to be taken seriously. And that was really irritating. But then you just have to get over yourself. And I think what made comedy such a nice place is that it's a place where I can kind of, put what I'm writing down, but also just kind of get a sense of everyone having a good time together and not one way or the other.
I want to make people laugh because I know how much it sucks to not laugh.
When I'm off stage, I'm not funny, I think. When I'm off stage, I just am more like quiet, or I don't know, just sipping tea and watching YouTube videos that like spill the tea. Like that's like my number one hobby. But I would say that I like being funny in general. I just like making people laugh. Like if it's on stage or it's off stage, I do. But ultimately, it does take a lot of energy to constantly be entertaining people. And when people find out you're a comedian, the first thing they say is, "Oh, tell me a joke." And I'm like, "Oh, no thank you."
Stuff that I said about like, I want to be liked, I want people to like me. You want me to tell a joke that makes people,
Knock, knock.
Who's it?
Philip. Fill up the pool. I want to go swimming.
I don't understand why women are not just all lesbians. I think men are not attractive at all, and women are amazing. So why aren't you just all lesbians?
It's that I've been telling for a long time that I was so unsuccessful at dating that my friends started to call me olive oil because I'm extra virgin.
I had a neighbor who was an alcoholic, and he was kind of a dick. His name was Ted. He was really addicted.
Why don't seagulls fly over bays? Because then they'd be called bagels.